Hey everyone. My first video of the year, technically. And the only video, not even probably. This will be the only video of 2025. But I want to get back to doing videos. Frequency, unknown. I think I still have landed on the weekly, multi-weekly videos was just at a point unsustainable, but who knows? I don't want it to be like 2 videos a year anymore and then nothing. I would like to be more regular again, but I just don't know if I want to put a schedule on that. But thanks for liking the Advent video. Where to start? Where to even start, honestly? Do I go into where I've been? So I guess yes. So I did a little bit less than a handful of videos, I think. I don't know. It was either like 4. It was between 4 and 6 videos, I think, in 2024. And they were all kind of towards the beginning of the year, and I really was excited to do videos, but I also wasn't in the best headspace at the time. Yeah, that's probably the best explanation for that. I think I was just not in the right headspace. I was getting a lot of comments, which this is understandable, right? Majority of you that followed me originally for my cross stitch stuff, which I have been cross stitching a little bit here and there. I've worked on some stuff this year. I need to go find it all and show it to you. I'm currently attempting to finish my Lizzie Kate's Christmas rules. It's not currently in here with me, so probably will be something that I show in January. Maybe with a finish. Maybe. We'll see. That would be the goal. One would hope. But I had really gotten into quilting, showing a lot of my quilting stuff, but I was also trying to go through my cross stitch stuff and reorganize it / declutter it if I could, which I probably I never even finished going through it all. And my room has changed a lot since you last seen it. Maybe not, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, I guess. I think a fair amount. I think the biggest change in this room is maybe some of the organization of like where some furniture is, maybe. I honestly can't remember how long it's been like this. But I do know that at the end of 2024, Black Friday weekend, so between Thanksgiving and Christmas, my dad and I redid the closet. So that has actual storage in it now, and it is amazing. I need to pull a lot of things out, refold it, reorganize it, maybe cull some fabrics. I have way too many fabrics. I will say that. I need to stop buying fabrics, but there's just so many that are cute. But I've made so many things. I've done so many things since my last video. Majority, not all, but majority of them make them onto my Instagram. But I wasn't in the best headspace whenever I came back last time. And I think it was a combination of, I miss your cross stitch, your quilting is great, but I miss your cross stitch, and an overwhelming amount of comments about my weight. I was still kind of fresh at that point in my diagnosis, And everything that I had researched up until that point was saying that there was absolutely no help with my diagnosis, which meant that I wouldn't be able to do anything about my weight without the aid of surgery, which since then I've come to find out is completely false. It's harder, it takes longer, but it can be done. Now, I can't get rid of my disease. It is a genetic disorder. Disease might not be the best wording. It is a genetic disorder. But there are conservative methods that actually work. You can reverse the level and stage of your lipedema. It's just a lot of time and effort, and it's a little different for every single body because you have to figure out what is wrong with your specific hormones. You have to, where the way that I lost the weight the first time around was short sets, high weight. I have to do longer sets, lower weight now. And yeah, it's different. It's learning your body better. And why would that matter if I've had, it's genetic. So I've had this my whole life. Well, the last flare up that I had, which was after losing a ton of weight, I had a flare up and didn't know that's what was happening. All the weight came back, but it also increased the stage of lipedema that I was. And yeah, there's just a lot that is out of my control, but we have been working towards understanding it. We are making some progress again. My body is allowing progress again. It's very exciting. I'm going in a week to get a DEXA scan. I'm a little scared for those results. I'm nervous. I know that it should excite me. I'm going to know more about all these things, but it's honestly kind of scary. I don't like medical stuff. But I know in the long run, it'll be really helpful. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to look at the results a whole lot. I'm basically going to give them to my trainer and be like, tell me what I need to know. But for the most part, use this for your advantage. And the goal will be to go to the Dallas area to have a DEXA scan every quarter, or attempt thereabouts. And so, yeah, hopefully we can learn way more about what's going on internally than what we can just measure with taking measurements and weight and things like that. So it should be really interesting. Nervous, personally. Also, I'm just diving right back in. So if you are new here, I am Kelli Ann. Wow, almost 10 minutes into the video. So if you are new and this is your first video of me, hi. This is 2025 would have been my 11th year making consistent Flosstube videos if I had stayed consistent for the last 2 years. That is so wild. But to be fair, I've had my channel since 2006, maybe 2007. It's hazy. It's one of the two. And I wish I would have just privated all my old stuff, but whenever I decided to do Flosstube, I deleted everything. And I don't know why. Some of those videos I don't have anywhere else. Some of them I wish I could get back. I was in college. I wish I could get some of them back. They were hilarious moments. But it is what it is. But Flosstube isn't the only thing on my channel. I do have some vlogs. I have a couple of story times. I have a couple of ASMR videos. I have a couple of cooking videos. I have some different things on here. I have some decluttering type themed videos. So I don't think my videos, I'll probably still call them Flosstube videos unless majority of it is something else. And you can like watch something else, but its majority is going to be centered around my quilting, my bag making, if I'm working on a new pattern. I've made a teddy bear, and I'm going to be making some other stuffed animals, and my cross stitch. So it's going to be all of my textile crafts. And then if I do anything else that is related to anything else, because I have done that randomly throughout the years anyways, I will just appropriately name it like I always have. So I'm excited to be coming back. So this room is actual chaos right now. There is, I will like have to show you, but I wanted to show something more exciting. And I'll put the pattern like right here, I think. But there is a pattern by So Fresh, and she makes a lot of patterns with animals. And I just did not have time to make this for Christmas this year. But I'm also at a point where, and I say this having some stacks of throw quilts that still need to be quilted. So whenever I say this, know that I currently have 7 quilts in the midst of binding that are all throws, and a pretty decent stack over there that I don't have backings for, and then at least 2 more in the works over here. Well, several over here, but there's at least 2 that I'm not going to not continue working on. Oh, there's also another one. Anyways, I'm getting to a point where I don't want to make throw quilts anymore. I'd rather make, if I'm going to make additional quilts, I'm going to make bed quilts that I can use during, I don't know, different like times and seasons or whatever to like more decorate the house. So, you know, mostly Christmas really. Like, I think it'd be really fun to have a Christmas quilt for my bed. Maybe eventually I can make a Snoopy Christmas quilt for the guest bedroom because it is Snoopy themed. If you don't know about the Snoopy themed bedroom, which is also my workout room. There's a lot going on in there, but it's a cute room. But this pattern came out last Christmas, 2024, and it is of a Christmas tree with, well, I'm going to put a picture, but it's a Christmas tree with 3 cats playing around it. And my cats love to play in and around a Christmas tree. I will tell you that, especially Stella. Adel does also, but really Stella absolutely loves getting all up in that tree. So I've been wanting to make this quilt, and originally I was going to make it as a throw quilt whenever I bought the pattern last year, and then I just never got around to it. Mostly because at the beginning of 2025, I injured my wrist and I couldn't sew for like 3 months. And I got very, very, very behind. As soon as I was able to start sewing and stuff again, I was trying to get caught up, and then they took work from home away, and it's just been this like slow struggle of trying to regain how do I use my free time correctly. Like I have to do X amount of working out every day. I really want to get to sewing. Being back at the office, I'm not going to go into all the details, but it's I don't always want to come home and sit down longer and sew even though this chair is much more comfy compared to my office chair. So some days I just come home and I'm just in a lot of pain and I don't feel like sitting down and sewing. But that's as much detail as I'm going to go into about that. But it's just been a lot. Also, just work in general has been a lot the last few months. So I'm like still behind on so many things. I'm making spoilers. Well, she's talked about it. It's not really spoilers, but I can show. I'm only going to show 2. She can get mad, I guess, but you aren't going to see all of them. But I'm making some vintage linen bags in collab with McKenna, and I am so behind on these, and I love that she loves me and knows that 2025 was a terribly rough year. So this is something that is coming soon. This is a very high priority for me, is to work on these, but they're going to be all different styles. So this is one, and it has a vinyl, it's a vinyl pouch, and this comes over as kind of like the closure. And then this is a really fun one. They're all going to be similar, but I'm trying to preserve like these edges around here. I am all over the place in this video already. It's already like normal. Wow. It's like I never left. But super cute. Absolutely love these. So there's just 2 little sneak peeks for you. Several more are coming. Vintage linens. I think we're going to be doing some vintage cross stitch eventually. We have some vintage quilting. So a lot of fun stuff. I'm doing different styles. Some will have zippers, some will have vinyl, some won't. It's going to be whatever best suits preserving the majority of the embroidery on that piece. So very fun. I get to be semi-creative with that. And the rest is going to be very plain and simple because we want the embroidery to do majority of the talking of these project bags. So very exciting whenever those will be coming to 1884 Stitchery. If you don't follow 1884 Stitchery on YouTube or on Instagram, or McKenna at Stitching and Skulls, almost said your other handle, your old handle. You would not be able to find her at Stitching and Sequins. It's Stitching and Skulls now. Then you should be, and you should go and follow her. But back to this Christmas quilt. I really want to make it, but I want to make it as a bed quilt. So the pattern comes in 2 sizes, a smaller and a larger. The larger finishes just under the perfect size for a queen size quilt, minus borders. Actually, width-wise, it's the top of a queen mattress. And so you're just missing a little bit from the top and bottom. So I'm basically going to be shifting it down and giving it more height. And then I just have to add borders, which I already have designed. But the top of the quilt is the most exciting part. So I got this really fun fabric for the tree. So it's a really pretty green, and it's continuous strands of Christmas lights. So I think it'll look really good to make the Christmas tree. And it'll look like it has lights on it. I'm also doing the version without the stars on it, because the stars are supposed to be the lights, but I have fabric with lights on it. So then for the presents down below, this is the only thing that I might need to find another fabric for. I have these really cute print. I think they're cute. And it reminds me of the type of wrapping paper that my mom used to wrap things in whenever I was a kid. So I think that just is exciting. So for the fabric for the presents, I have these prints with like old old style type of Christmas scenes, like the old school looking Santa, the kids coming down, like the snow blow looking snowmen. Those are my favorite kind. So I thought one of the presents would look really cute wrapped in this. And then I have this one, which is also really cute. Although the Santa's a little bit creepier in this one. But I might be able to like fussy cut it a little bit. Because this guy is really cute. This guy's really cute. The Santa is a little elvish looking. But the other, I might be able to like fussy cut around some of that. But, and then look at this little bear with the Christmas tree. Oh, wait. Where'd they go? This guy. He's so cute. And then the old-fashioned snowman. So I might be able to like kind of fussy cut around in this fabric. I really need a third kind of like vintagey print for the third present. And I kind of want one with a green background. The only thing that I found is these prints also on green, but I want it to be a different print. So I still am looking for a third present print. If you know of one, let me know. For the star on top of the tree, the star on top of our tree growing up is a sterling silver star. And so I thought that I could use these two shimmering silver fabrics. It's such a small amount. It doesn't, I mean, it's not the softest fabric, but it's not crazy either. But I think this would be really pretty, and look like our Christmas tree. So I really like that. Okay, the fun part is the 3 cats. I'm definitely going to make them look like s10e. So hers is this like orange, just darker orange to lighter orange. She's going to be the cat in the tree with the Santa hat. And since this Santa hat isn't a whole lot of fabric and neither is like the white fabrics, I have plenty of scraps of whites and reds. So I'm just going to pull from scraps for that. But this is going to be s10e. Adel is going to be the cat on the box that is trying to like play with the tree. He's like reaching up for the tree. And so these are his 2 prints because he's a cream tabby. So orange tabby, cream tabby. And then for my gray tabby, Daniel, he is going to be the cat that's just sitting on a box staring at you. And these are going to be his. So he's a dark gray tabby, so kind of got a mixture. All right. I also absolutely love the background print that I have. It is a Lizzie house, and it was called Sugar Cookie, and it's in the cotton candy colorway. It's just super cute. It's just very fun, light, dainty. It kind of looks like those, they're not very good sugar cookies, but like the ones that you get at the store, like the super pale round sugar cookies with like the crazy colorful icing on them with sprinkles. That's what it kind of looks like. If you were to like put it in a circle, it looks like one of those cookies. But I thought this would be the cutest background print. It's from Tiny Christmas, if you're interested in this. This is an older print. I want to say it's a Riley Blake, but I could be wrong. No, it is. It's by Twas. It's called Twas, by Jill Howarth. And I think the Twas line came out 2 years ago at this point. But the online shop that I got the background from also had this. And it was on sale because it was like end of bolt. But I thought this would be perfect for the binding. So I got a yard of it for the binding. So this is going to be the quilt's final binding. I already know what I want to be the inner border, and I've already designed the outer border, but I don't have the fabrics for that yet. I want to get the inside complete and kind of figure, like, I know what colors I want to do, but I don't want to buy the prints yet. I want to see if I want something more like out there and punchy, or if I want it more toned down and like blender vibe fabric, basically. So yeah, some of the whites, obviously the black for the eyes for the cats and the pink for their noses, I'm going to just pull from stash. It's not going to be a whole lot of fabric, so I'm just going to wing that, and make them a little bit more like tailored and unique. So really all that I need is one more Christmas print for a Christmas box. Also the boxes have like strips of ribbon. I'm going to be using scrap for that as well. So I don't know, like I may pull like a yellow ribbon or like a dark green or something. And for this one, I might pull a red. I just don't know what to do for that third box, because I really think that it would be fun to do something like this, but the other Christmas wrapping paper that we use is Snoopy. So I also may pull some of my Snoopy Christmas fabric and make one of the boxes Snoopy Christmas, just to throw it in there, because I think that would be really fun and would also actually be like my real life. So I don't know. Yeah, I might do that. Otherwise, this room is a complete, like, it's a complete disaster. I'm looking around. It's really bad. And I need to do a video literally just organizing, decluttering, and figuring this shit out. But this year has been so hectic. The little bit of time that I actually have sewn, it has been rushing deadlines. I'm teaching 2 classes in January. One is the bestie bag. I've already made 1 sample, but I was going to make a second sample for the shop out of custom collegiate fabric for the college that's in our town, because I just think that would be really fun. Maybe we would draw in some of the college girls to come take the class. And then I'm going to be teaching the Atlas zipper pouch from Center Street Quilts. She makes a lot of bag patterns. She's super, super nice. And I'm going to be teaching her Atlas zipper pouch. I need to make that sample. So that way it's up at the shop, so people can see it and want to take my class with me. Aside from the people that want to take it anyways, just from word of mouth that I've talked to about it, just really good friends of mine that support me and take all of my classes just because they want to, but also they like taking my classes just in general. So very thankful for that. But we are going to, I have to make that as well, like in the next like week, like over these 2 holiday weekends. I need to make another bestie bag and an Atlas zipper pouch. Possibly 2, so that way I have one. There'll be 1 sample at the store, and then I will have one in the classroom. So probably 2. And then there's another pouch that I'm making for a couple of people, and one for myself just because I want one and want to make one for these people. And I've already told them it's your Christmas gift, but it's going to be late because I don't have enough time. And it's officially a day after Christmas, so I definitely did not have enough time. But it would be really fun to go through. Some of this stuff isn't even mine. It's stuff for the guild, but I'm over the UFO challenge, so some of that is here. I have a bag of scraps from my great grandmother that my cousin gave me because she wants me to make her a patchwork quilt out of my great grandmother's clothing. And then I get to keep the scraps to make myself a bear because I don't have anything of my great grandmother's and I never got to meet her. So I think that's really special. She was also a quilter. I guess I do have I have some of her quilt blocks. But it would be really cool to make something from some of her clothes. I have one jacket of hers that she made. I correct. But I don't really have much. None of us really do. So the fact that she has these scraps of her clothes, I think is really awesome. So I think I'm going to make a bear out of some of them for myself and make a throw blanket for my cousin out of them for her. But yeah, there's literally just stuff everywhere. Everywhere. Projects everywhere. I'm in the middle of making a place for everything bag. I don't even know if it's safe to pull the pieces right now to show you at what stage it's at. It's so bad. It's so bad in here. But yeah, good times. I need to show you the cross stitches that I've started. I started a cross stitch this year, which I'm sure McKenna will leave a comment about because I've not finished it. But what I am going to start doing, so something that I did this year whenever they took us back to the office was I had so many quilts that were at the final stages of binding, which is the whip stitching. So I can get a quilt done in a week on my lunch breaks if I take a quilt and I sit there and I whip stitch on my lunch break and watch a TV show. A larger throw size a week. So what I started doing right before Christmas, so I didn't make the most progress ever, was I started taking a cross stitch. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe like cross stitch for 2 weeks, quilts for 2 weeks, get my quilts caught back up, and then take cross stitch. And anytime I get a quilt back, I'll take a quilt and I'll work on cross stitch because I really do miss cross stitching and I want to get more progress. But it makes more sense now that I'm back in the office to work on my cross stitch on my lunch breaks. And sometimes, like if it's too painful to sit at my sewing machine, work on them on the evenings or the weekends or whatever. But to work on my bags or my quilts or whatever other projects I have going on in the sewing room, because obviously I can't take my machine to work. That would be so great. Could you imagine if my office, half of my cubicle was work and half of it was a sewing machine specifically for my lunch breaks? I wish I could do something like that. If I had an actual office with a door that closed and like had a lock on it, I probably could, to be quite honest. I probably could actually get away with that for sewing on my lunch break. But I'm in a cubicle and I work for the state prison system and we have offenders that clean our buildings, our offices in our building. So I can't just have needles and scissors and blades and all these things sitting out. I would have to like disassemble everything every day and put it away like in a lock and key drawer. So that's why if I had an office with a lock, maybe. I don't have that. But anyways, I think that's kind of like a good enough little update for right now. This was going to be my new year, new start, but I'm kind of like feeling getting a tiny bit started. I don't know. I like to kind of project hop. Like I'll work on this one project for a hot minute and then I'll work on another one. I did just make these this morning. These are like my final two kind of like Christmas gifts. Okay, the other pouch is a Christmas gift, but these I have to like give in like a week or like within the next few days. But I made these and they're so cute. I love how they came out. They're two cat lovers. One is for my friend and one is for her mom. I've never met her mom, but she's commissioned me to make a few things for her mom. And then I've just, for funsies, made a few things for her mom. And so this year I just, for funsies, wanted to make her mom something. They've had a rough year, so, health-wise. So I just wanted to make her something fun. And she has some little projects too, and she could put something in here for that. And I asked my friend, I got her something. I'm waiting for it to be delivered. And then I got to ship this to her, but I asked her if I could make her something to go with it. And she said that she needed like a little, well, she said a little something. This is actually like 8 by 11. Oops. But she has some of my tote bags, so this will fit in there, but she like wanted something to like put a couple of like essentials in. So maybe she'll use it for that. Maybe she'll want something smaller. If she ends up wanting something smaller, I'll make her something smaller. It's not that big of a deal, but these were just really fun to make. And took all of an hour and a half for both. So not that crazy. Some of my other ones take an hour to 2 hours, depending on how finagly they are. So I don't know. I may start on this Christmas quilt. But anyways, I hope everybody had a great Christmas or holiday, whether you celebrate or not. Hopefully you had some time off from work and got to spend it with some family and or friends, or alone, however you want to spend it. And yeah, what are you working on? I need to know. Maybe it'll help with my creative juices. And yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? A Snoopy print for the other wrapped gift? I think that might be a good idea. Because honestly, I swear we had some wrapping papers just like these. And then we would use Snoopy a lot. That might be what we do. We still use Snoopy wrapping paper. Actually, all of my Christmas gifts this year were in Snoopy wrapping paper. To me, not from me, to me. I do use Snoopy wallpaper wrapping paper some years, but this year I didn't. This year I ran out of time and I mostly used bags. But anyways, I think that's it for this one. Maybe I can sneak in another one before the new year. We'll see. Maybe. I mean, it is only the 26th. We have what, like 4 or 5 more days? If I get significant progress on something, whether it's cleaning and organizing, which I need to take some time to do that this weekend, because I'm going to be an insane, I'm going to go mad if I don't work on that. So maybe if I have some progress on that, maybe if I do start this Christmas one and get some progress, I can show you that. I'll also show you my Christmas rules and kind of update on some of that stuff. Maybe I can do that before the 1st. I'm not going to promise, but we'll try. But if not, maybe like a day or 2 after the 1st, you'll get a video. So, anyways, I hope you're having a good one, and I will see you in the next video. I'm excited to say that again. So yeah, I'll see you then. Bye.